Hello, my sunshine, and welcome to a new episode of the Hot Girl Morning Podcast. I am so excited to have you here, and I'm so excited that I get to speak to you today because the topic that we're going to talk about today is something very close to my heart because this used to be me for a really, really long time. I used to get stuck in that cycle of starting something, like working on my goals, doing all the things, and then kind of not following through anymore and failing, and then starting again and failing and starting and failing, and it kind of took away my confidence because I got to a point where I didn't believe that I had the discipline to go through with my goals and with my dreams, and it kind of took my courage away and my confidence away. And through having a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, I realized this is not something that only I have experienced, but I think that all of us have experienced, because there's often this trial of starting something and then not following through, especially connected with starting routines, or they're goals that you want to work on and so much more, and getting stuck into the cycle where you then get to the point where you tell yourself that you are lazy, that you are not disciplined enough, and that these are the issues. And today, I want to talk to you about these topics because I think there are a lot of things that need to change about how you view yourself and how you view your goals and dreams. And I want to give you tips how you can get your dreams, how you can implement the habits that you want to do, but in a way that might be a little bit different than the usual self-improvement advice that you would normally get out there. So if you don't know, my name is Greta. I'm an accountability and empowerment coach, and on this podcast, I talk about all things personal growth, mindfulness, self-love, manifesting your dreams, and becoming the best version of yourself. So if any of these topics sound interesting to you, make sure to follow this podcast, rate it 5 stars, and maybe send it to a friend who might need to hear this today. And as always, it makes me so happy to read your comments down below. I would love to get your feedback on this podcast or this topic in general and get to know you a little bit more. Today we have a very cozy, rainy December day. I'm in my sweater and I feel really fulfilled and grateful today because I had a really beautiful week with beautiful connections, and I'm going to give you just a tiny, really quick life update because I think you need to know what is happening a little bit to give you more of a context of everything that I'm talking about. Fun fact, not even a week ago, I got my wisdom teeth removed together with my boyfriend. That is a thing that you have to add to your bucket list if you haven't done that before, or if you still have your wisdom teeth, do it with your boyfriend, and then you can have chill movie afternoons and just relax. But honestly, everything went great. It was really beautiful. I had a really beautiful networking event that I attended this weekend where I got to meet so many freaking amazing women. Honestly, I love women so much. It gives me all the energy, all the power to see how beautiful it is when we get together and when we create this energy. So this happened. And one more thing, if you don't know, I'm currently kind of a digital nomad. So for the last 2 months, I have been in Vienna, Austria. And in a week, I'm going to move back home for Christmas and New Year's. And we booked our next trip. So my boyfriend and I, he also has his own business, works remotely. I do it as well, obviously with the podcast and coaching. And we found, honestly, I found the perfect apartment. This is my dream visualization becoming reality. And we're going to go to Greece, Crete, for, what is it, 7 weeks? Which I am really, really excited about. We're going to have a beautiful little apartment right in front of the beach, and it's actually quite inexpensive. Just fun fact for the people out there, because I had a lot of conversations with you who also want to become digital nomads and travel and do all that type of stuff. You would think that you normally think about, okay, this is how much it costs to go on vacation for a week, so let's time that by 4 to figure out how much it costs like for a whole month. But no, let me tell you, there are so like inexpensive ways to be like a digital nomad. Like honestly, I'm a pro in like Airbnb, long-term rental and all that kind of stuff, but I'm really excited. Well, I'm going to go to Greece. This is it. This is my life update. And yesterday I had a really beautiful day full of like a connection call with one of you out there, a client call and all of that kind of stuff. And it gave me a lot of energy. But today we want to talk about feeling that you're not disciplined enough. We want to talk about that cycle of starting and failing and that whole thing. To give you a bit of a context, this used to be one of the biggest things that I struggled with, or where I just was really hard on myself, because especially like my late teenager years / beginning of my 20s, I was obsessed with that whole, I want to create my perfect morning routine. I want to have my goals. And I was the type of person who created the perfect plan. Okay, this is how I'm going to follow this dream and this goal. And this is how this is going to look like. And I got really, really into detail. And I spent so much time into creating the perfect plan. And then it got to really doing the thing. And I maybe had motivation for a really short amount of time. And I did like the first little thingy. But then I kind of got out of the routine or out of whatever goal that I wanted to go for. And then I felt like, okay, now I need to readjust. And I created, again, the perfect plan. And then I failed at really doing the thing. And it was just this constant trial, creating the perfect plan, and then not being able to really follow through. Or maybe being able to follow through for a couple of days, or maybe a week, or maybe even 2 weeks. But then not being able to continue doing this thing. And this is something that took a lot of my energy and that made me think, okay, am I lazy? Why am I so lazy? Why am I so undisciplined? Why can't I just do the thing that I set myself out to do? Why is it so hard for me to follow through? And then sometimes I do things that it got to the point where through me starting things and not following through and failing and starting and failing, it created this belief within myself that I cannot follow through with things, and that I don't have what it takes to go for my dreams, and that I am basically in a prison of how my life looks like, and I don't have the opportunity to change that, and I will always just be an undisciplined and lazy person. And what happened then is I tried to fix it. I tried to fix being not disciplined enough. I tried to fix being too lazy. And it took a lot of time for me to realize that this was not even my issue. And I think this is the problem that a lot of us face. We are trying to work on the different issue, on the wrong issue. So we are trying to find a solution to something that is not even the problem. You're trying to find a solution to the symptom of a problem instead of fighting the problem, you know? And you will not get out of this cycle unless you find the root cause of the issue. The root cause, what is holding you back from doing the thing. And there are a lot of like different ways or reasons, but I will try to get into that. For me, this kind of was now in the timeline of, I was, I think, 21-ish, 22, and I worked at this startup, and my boss was also my mentor. And through a lot of conversations with him, I realized what my limiting beliefs were. So it was like all of a sudden my whole world broke down because I realized, wait, the things that I was telling myself that it is because I'm not disciplined enough, because I'm too lazy, it's not actually the reason, but the reasons are so much deeper. It is so much deeper because I created this belief within myself that no one believes in me, and that I don't believe in myself, and that I am not supposed to live a life the way I wanted to. Like, I am not made for my dream life because I am not worthy of that. And once I figured out what my true problem is, I started to work on my true problem. And this is something that I have discovered through all of the clients that I had in my whole entire life, basically in my coaching business, and all the workshops that I gave and all of that. And it basically comes down to 3 limiting beliefs that most humans on this earth in some kind of way have. And it is about starting to work on those limiting beliefs, and how you will do that, we'll talk about in a minute. But basically, it comes down to that inner belief that you are not good enough and that you are not worthy. And this is something that you're telling yourself over and over and over again. And this is also connected to the fear of failing. Fun fact, or not fun fact, there's also a fear of success. Sometimes what is holding you back is actually not the fear of the failure, but the fear of success and how you will handle it, how you will handle the pressure of people looking at you. So there is like this whole you're not enough, fear of failure, all of that. And then we have a big thing that we often don't even realize. Honestly, I thought that I was quite confident and that I am doing my thing, but no, girly pops. On some level, our human body has the big need to feel like we're accepted and that we fit in. So there is a huge fear of getting judged by others and being seen by others. Like, this is a huge thing. Like, we don't even realize how much we change our behavior just to fit in and to be accepted by others. And there is so much unconscious things happening. Like, for example, me as well. I'm sure that with the podcast, with everything I'm doing, I try to be as authentic and just myself as possible. But probably on some level, I am not. Because I'm trying that you like me, or I'm trying to be liked by people, which, like, I try always to have the mindset, I'd rather be loved by the right people than to be liked by everyone. But still, like, we all have that in us where we don't want to be judged, and we want to be part of the world. And it's sometimes really hard to follow your own path because you feel like people are looking at you. I think that's actually it. I combined the first 2 together. So it's basically, you have this belief that you're not good enough and you're not worthy. You have this fear of failing or fear of succeeding. And you have that fear of other people judging you. And once you realize, maybe for you it is a little bit different. It really also depends on your situation. But what is really the reason behind you not going for it? Not being able to go for your dreams and do the right thing. But I also want to share more to that whole conversation. Because number one, I have this contrary opinion to a lot of people on this earth, where I believe it is amazing if you start something and if you fail, if you realize that this is not the right thing for you. There is no judgment from my side. Like, I think it's better to try as many things as you can and then figure out what you like and what you don't like. It's not always about following through with everything until the last second. It's about giving it a fair shot. But then truly realizing, okay, is this something that I enjoy doing? Is this my authentic path? Or is it just the path that I feel like I'm supposed to go on? Or that I thought would be right for me, but maybe you figure out, okay, this is actually not the dream that I had. For so long I thought this is it, but maybe it is not. So there is no harm in trying things and figuring out, like giving it the fair shot and figuring out, okay, this is not the right thing for me. So this is something that I also want to add to that whole conversation. And then we have the other part of you setting yourself goals or creating yourself the perfect morning routine or the habits. But the problem is that you create systems that don't work for you. So the system behind what you're doing is not working for you, or the goal that you have or the routine that you have is not the right one for you. And you're listening to all these self-improvement gurus, me maybe included, but I try to always tell you to do it your own way. But still, maybe I'm sometimes telling people to do type of things. So just in general, it's the thing of you seeing other people telling you to do things, and then you try the same thing, and then you don't succeed at it, or you fail at it, and then you think to yourself, oh, I'm the problem. But maybe it is that this way of doing things is not your way. So what is now the problem? Who is the issue? Is it really you? Or is it the system that you created for yourself, or the habits that you have created for yourself that are actually not right for you? And I'm not telling you that everything will just be flowy, doughy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No. It is necessary to have self-discipline. It is necessary to sometimes do the things that are uncomfortable. But it is also important to remember and to realize, okay, what are the things that I want to do and that actually bring me closer to my dream life? And what are the things that are not helping you in that direction? So are you trying to create the morning routine for yourself that is perfect for you? Or are you trying to copy the same morning routine of someone else? And something that I always love to do, like if it's anything about like trying morning routines or rituals or goals or anything like that, is create an experiment for yourself. Like give yourself a trial. I think it's important, as I said before, that you try different things until you figure out what works for you. So I sometimes like to do the thing of creating a 7-day challenge for myself. This is something that I used to do a lot, and I think that is such a great thing. So for example, you see someone talking online about something that you are supposed or can do in the morning that makes you feel better, whatever it is. You can give yourself the challenge of doing this for the next 7 days. But after the 7 days, you get to sit down, take a look at it, reflect about it, and be just like, okay, does this really feel good to me? Is this something that I really want to do? Or is this something that I'm actually not that interested in, or that didn't give me the effect that I wanted to? And did I give it the fair shot? So, with the goals that you're approaching, with the things, first be aware what is the deeper thing behind it? Like, what is the deeper issue for you feeling like you're not disciplined enough, you're too lazy, like whatever thoughts are coming up in your mind, like try to think about what is really the deeper issue, because what you have to work on is the deeper issue. Then you also have to have the awareness, okay, is the system that I have around it maybe not supporting me to do that? In general, you want to create an environment that is supporting you to go towards your dreams. Or is it maybe hindering you? So something easy to maybe do. Let's say you want to eat healthier and you tend to snack a lot. Like if this is something that you're struggling with. But let's say you have your desk where you work at, and you have there a little thing where you have your Snickers bars and all the sweet stuff in there. So you make it yourself really, really hard to get away from eating these snacks instead of putting some fruit on the table or on the desk, let's say. Or for example, you want to be less on your phone and you want to stop being on your phone in the morning first thing. Well, if you put your phone right next to you when going to bed, and then you wake up and you're still really sleepy and you don't have a lot of energy, it is really easy for you to just grab your phone and that wakes you kind of up. But what if you would create a system for yourself that is supporting you to change the behavior like you want to change it? You have to make it for yourself easy to do the things that you want to do instead of make it yourself really hard. So put your phone far away. Get yourself an alarm clock instead of using your phone. There are ways to change, basically, that's what I like to call it. You change the system and the environment to make it easier for you to do the thing. Then ask yourself, is the goal, is the habits, or whatever I want to do, is this even the thing that I really want to do? And if you realize that it is not, I want you really to sit down, create this moment of silence for you to listen within. Okay, what do I want? What do I need? What would help me? What would make me feel good? And what you probably already know from listening to me, for me, it is all about creating an energy, a vibe, a feeling. So instead of for your morning routine, thinking about, okay, I want to go for a run, I want to drink my protein shake, I want to do this, I want to do read a book for 30 minutes and wake up at 5 a.m. Instead of doing that, ask yourself, what is the energy I want to create for me in the morning? What is the feeling that I want to create for myself? I want to feel good. I want to feel fit. I want to feel like I have my shit together. I want to feel calm. I want to feel collected. Then first, start from this. Start from the point of what is the feeling that you want to create. And then think about yourself, okay, what would be things that would make me feel like that? And then create the space for you to create your own routine, your own ritual, your own goal. Also with your goals, think about yourself. What do you want? It's not about what someone else wants, but it's literally about what do you want? Maybe you have a picture in your mind how it is supposed to look like for you to go for your goals, but maybe there's another way. And if there's something inside of you feeling like, this doesn't feel right to me, it doesn't make me feel comfortable or good, it gives me not a good feeling, then this is something to consider. And as I shared with you before, there's a difference between, okay, this is out of my comfort zone, it's kind of scary to me, and this is my inner voice just trying to hold me back. It is better for me. I know if I do it, it's better for me, but it's just this, I don't want to do it voice inside of me. There's a difference between intuition and that ego voice within you. So this is something to figure out and to learn to listen to. When something feels off, is it because it kind of feels uncomfortable, but it actually brings you closer to your dreams? Or is it because it is really not the right thing for you? Okay, I know this has been a lot, but I hope that this was helpful to you. I really hope. If you need any help with figuring out your rituals, routines, goals, whatever it is, I offer a 30-minute free call. I would love to talk to you. You can also message me over on Instagram at greta.webhofer, greta.webhofer. And I also have a few coaching spots opening up. So if you need your accountability empowerment coach on your side to help you to go for your dreams and get all the things done, please let me know. I would love to help you. We can start a conversation over on Instagram and just figure out if this would be something that would be right for you. I do a combination between helping you to break down your goal and take the steps towards it, and at the same time do the inner work, the mindset stuff. Because as I said before, we have the limiting beliefs that we need to work on. And this is something that is sometimes quite hard to do on your own. And it's really great to have your supportive bestie on your side. But enough said about anything. I hope you really enjoyed this podcast episode. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye.